Hi, this is the Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammie. If you like DIYs, hauls, flips, and everything farmhouse, you are in the right place. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, let's get connected. All right, guys, let's get started with DIY number 1. Okay, so this is one of my fascinations. I don't know why, but I have a thing for old mirrors. This mirror, the frame was wood. I don't know how old it was because it did come with a hanger, but it was made of wood and it was a different shape and it was gold, and I love those antique-y old wood gold frames. So I have all shapes and sizes of them. There's actually a round one sitting right there that I'd already painted the frame white, and I just hadn't got around to finishing it. It had been sitting on my desk forever and ever and ever, and so I thought I will finish these 2 frames. I bought this Miss Lillian's No Wax chalk paint, and it says delicately textured and chocked full of colorful goodness. Now, I'd never used it before. I picked it up at the antique mall in Wichita that I like to shop at, and it's sold by a vendor named Junk Gypsy, and she sells it for $22, and I believe this is 12 or 16 ounces. I don't know. It's like the size of a small peanut butter jar. I coated both of these mirrors with this chalk paint, and now I'm just going in and distressing them. So I go in and I give this larger mirror a very good coating of white wax. The Waverly white wax from Plaid. Now, after I do that, and I pay very close attention to the top and the bottom, where all the carvings are and the curves. And then after I do that, I go back in with the dark wax. And let me tell you guys, this just comes to life. I love mixing the dark wax and the white wax. It really brought out the curves and the dimension of all of the carvings, and I just absolutely loved it. And if I got places where it was just a little too dark, I wiped it off, or I went over it with some white wax. And guys, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. I will be asking a very important question, and we are giving away a $150 Amazon gift card. So listen for the question and answer it in my comments. And also make sure you go and watch the other ladies in this playlist, because you have to watch all of the videos to be eligible for the drawing. So there you see, I'm just wiping off some of the extra dark wax, and I got it exactly how I wanted it, and that was that. Now guys, tell me down below, do you still use newspaper to clean your windows and your mirrors? Because I learned that from my mom. That is not the special question, but I learned that from my mom, and I still do it to this day. Some people have those Norwax rags. Some people have, I don't know, they use all different kinds of things to clean windows. But I use newspaper or tissue paper or whatever paper I have, because it just does the best. So after I put the back on, there you go. All right, guys, this video, here it is a Shop Your Home collaboration with 13 other wonderful ladies. You've got to go over and view their channels. This is also a $150 Amazon gift card giveaway. So make sure you screenshot this so that you can be eligible for $150 on Amazon. Let's get on back to these DIYs, and here's a DIY number 2. So this bread bowl has been sitting in my craft room in my pile of thrift flips that I've been needing to do. And this whole collab is about shopping your home and finding stuff that you maybe haven't gotten to yet or need to do. And by the way, I have a ton of stuff that I need to redo, but I picked some easy things and some harder things. So this bread bowl, I spray painted flat black by 2x or with the 2x Rust-Oleum spray paint. And then I am going over it with Waverly's Ivory chalk paint. And I give it 2 good coats of the, oh, it's not ivory, it's plaster, of the plaster chalk paint. I give it 2 good coats. Okay, now I'm just going in and distressing the edges. And I want it to look worn. I mean, it is a carved bread bowl, so I want it to look worn on the edges, like it's been used quite well. And then after I got everything sanded the way I wanted it to be sanded or distressed, I still thought, I don't know. It just looked too new, too white to me, and I wanted to dirty it up. So I got out the dark wax. I'm wiping all the dust off, and I go back in with my dark wax. Now, at first, I put it on pretty light. And I just rub it all over. And I'm putting it on with a baby wipe. And these baby wipes I got at Dollar Tree, and they are so wet. I think they're too wet, honestly. But maybe I'm just buying the wrong ones. I don't know. So I still thought it was too light for me. I went back in with a darker coverage, and oh my goodness, I loved the darker coverage. You have got to wait until you see this. After it dries, it is so beautiful. All right, on to DIY number 3. Okay, now this thing has been sitting outside in my backyard for almost 5 years. Our mother passed away 4.5 years ago, and I could not let this go because I love rusty, old wooden things. So rust and wood and metal going together, that's just right up my alley. So I love the chippy look, and I did have a plant in it last year. I didn't this year. So I decided I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to get this back into a chippy condition still, but something that's going to last a little bit longer. Because the way it was, I don't think it would have lasted much longer. So I just take this apart. I take the metal off of the wood frame, and I had a little trouble with the bottom because I couldn't quite get my drill down in there, but I did finally get it apart. So I take this outside, the metal part, and I spray paint it white with Rust-Oleum 2x matte white. And on the frame, I am painting it with some oops paint. And I'm just hammering the nails in because they're kind of coming loose. So I'm just kind of fixing up, some issues with this piece. And that red paint is actually Spanish tile from Lowe's. Well, actually, no, this is not the Spanish tile. I'm sorry. This is a different color red that was a mist tint, an oops paint. I don't know what color it was. It didn't have a name on it, so it's a dark red, and I like it. I saved my Spanish tile for special projects. Okay, so I just coated this whole thing in 1 coat of red. No big deal. I didn't put it on that thick. I didn't have full coverage. And then this paint is called One Step. One Step paint, and I don't know where I even got it. I have had it in my paint cabinet for quite a while. I actually had to add water to it because it was so thick, and I wasn't even sure it was going to be usable, but I just put a light coat on, not full coverage again, and then I lost the footage of putting on the white. But basically, I painted on the white after the other two colors have dried, and then I dried it with my heat gun, and I'm going to put this thing back together. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd hit that like button and ring that little bell for notifications, that really helps out my channel, and you get notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, so I'm just putting this back together. And guys, I did not do a thick coat of the white either. I just kind of brushed it over, and it looks so amazing in person. You can't really tell on video, but you can see the red and the turquoise and the white, and it just looks chippy, like it's been painted 10 different times, and all those colors are shining through. So I love the way this turned out. There is even some rust showing on the metal pieces, and that's okay. I didn't want it to look brand new. I just wanted to give it a little bit of life so that it will last me for a few more years. This ivy I actually got at a thrift store for $1, and I'm just cutting it apart. I used pool noodle instead of the green foam stuff because you get a lot more pool noodle than you do green foam. It's a lot cheaper and it makes a lot less mess. So I didn't even secure them. I just laid them in there, cut them to size, and started poking in my ivy to cover up the pool noodle. No rhyme or reason, just started covering it up. I feel like you should cut your bushes apart because you can get better coverage and you can style it in a much, I think it looks more upscale. It looks more expensive. You don't just want to stick something in a vase and have it be, I don't know, all attached, because then it looks like you stuck some fake flowers in a vase. I don't know, does that make sense? So I always cut my stems apart and arrange it the way I want it or what's pleasing to my eye, and I try to mix up the colors and mix up the different items like the wheat and the cotton and the different flowers. I try to spread them out and mix them up because you don't want them side by side. You want a variation of height in your floral arrangement, and you want all those colors to shine through. And if you just stick the whole bouquet in one spot, you're not getting that. Okay guys, now remember, this is a Shop Your Home collab. Here are the rules again. You must watch every video. You must answer the question. Here is my question. Do you guys decorate for fall or do you wait for Thanksgiving? And here is the final reveal. Those are my daughters in the mirror. I didn't know where to hang this mirror, but it is stunning. I love how it turned out. I have a senior picture wall, so that's what's behind there. And here is the tray. Oh my goodness. And I made some pumpkins with terracotta pots. But here is the tray with just a few items and that mirror again. It was hard to film and not be in the mirror. And if you would, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. And guys, if you want to support my channel, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account. So you could go over and buy me a coffee or craft crap And that link will be down below in my description box, along with the link to this playlist. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. I want to thank all my subscribers and all my new subscribers. Welcome. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great week and good luck in the giveaway. And if you like this video, here are some more that you might like as well. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.